What's going on, guys? So, as you can see before us, we have a lot of PlayStation games. And what we're doing today is because PlayStation is 30 years old, and that's pretty old. And I've owned every PlayStation console, and you're going to hate me on this, except for the PS5. Okay? I had to make a decision between the two, and I ended up going with an Xbox Series X. So don't judge me. I do want a PS5. I'm probably still going to buy one. Um, Honestly, I feel like, well, no, I'm going to say this. PlayStation has probably the most. I'm going to be honest with you. PlayStation has the best exclusives. I'm just going to say it. And sorry, like back in the day when Halo and all that stuff was like big, I would say that Xbox probably was on par with it, and Microsoft, you can see right now, is buying a bunch of different studios and stuff like that to kind of get to create their own games. Because I can tell you right now, Halo is kind of mid nowadays, and I even now, like, I don't like playing Halo that much. I'd rather play like The Last of Us, Spider-Man, God of War, and stuff like that. So I'm kind of regretting that I did not buy a PS5, but I'll get one. I'll get one. Not the Pro, though, because I don't have $800 or how much that thing costs. So in honor of the 30th anniversary for PlayStation, I'm going to rank. This is called, well, here we go. Every major PlayStation exclusive, PS1 to PS5. So there's quite a few here. A lot of them I haven't played. Well, not a lot, but some of them I haven't played, so just bear with me, and we're going to try to go through this as quickly as possible, and hopefully we're not yeah. So we'll start here at the top. Ape Escape. Oh my gosh, Ape Escape is like, this is a great game. It's a fun game. I remember they did like a collab with like Metal Gear Solid and stuff like that. If I remember correctly, like Metal Gear Solid 3. I would give it an A tier. There's not really much to say about Ape Escape. It's just a simple, fun game. Like a lot of these earlier PlayStation games, honestly, were like that. Ape Escape. Wow, there's a lot of Ape Escape games here. So we're gonna kind of jump around, because I don't think you can't like. Oh, here we go. We'll just drop those right there. Oh my gosh, there is a lot of Ape Escape. I didn't realize there's so many Ape Escape games. I haven't played them all. Astro Boy, have not played. Beyond Two Souls, that's actually a really good game. I'm gonna give that A as well. Not amazing, but I mean, A's a great score, you know. Blood and Truth, never played. Bloodborne is an insanely good game. If you haven't had a chance to play it, please play it. And I believe it's from the same people who did Elden Ring and Dark Souls. I just love Bloodborne because it's like horror themed, and I love anything horror. It feels like you're in like a werewolfy, vampire-y. I mean, I don't think there's vampires in the game, but it's like that dark gothic, you know, where Elden Ring's kind of like medieval and like fantasy, Lord of the Rings, whatever, that area. This Bloodborne's more of like gothic and dark, and the villains are really cool and the bosses and stuff like that. Bravo Team I never played. All right, Crash Bandicoot. That's like a classic. I'm gonna put that up. I'm gonna give that an S because that's like one of the classic PlayStation games. I believe that people remember a lot about the original PlayStation. That was one of their like top games. I'm gonna put 2 up there as well, an S tier. Bandicoot Racing was actually kind of fun too. Wait, is this Bandicoot? No, that's Warped. I don't remember that game. Crash Bash, I don't remember. Crash Team Racing was fun as well. We'll give that an S. Oh, man, I wish they would show like whatever, but Jack and Daxter, or Daxter. Where's Jack? These aren't even like in order. That's a fun game too. We'll give it an S. Days Gone. That's a good game. I'd probably give that an A tier. Dead or Alive is back in the day when you're growing up. It's one of those games where it's like a bunch of attractive women. It's basically Mortal Kombat with attractive women, or Tekken, not Mortal Kombat, Tekken with attractive women. So I would say Dead or Alive is a fun game. Plus, I think it's from Tecmo. I think it's from the people who did Ninja Gaiden or Gaiden. So I'll give that an A. DOA 2 Hardcore. I'm a lot of these sequels I'm not going to focus on too much. Just kind of like the IP themselves and the game. I'm not going to go into sequels too much. That's what I'm trying to say. Death Stranding. So, unpopular opinion, I know Death Stranding's a great game. I wasn't a huge fan of the gameplay, but I was also, I don't know, I'm going to give it an A. Kind of a boring game. Beautiful story. Kind of a boring game. I know it's going to anger a lot of people, but I don't really care because that's my opinion. I do like Kojima was like stepping away from the Metal Gear Solid franchise. I wish he didn't, but when he did, I really honestly think that Kojima didn't want to do Metal Gear Solid anymore. I really believe that he was kind of like done with it, and the fans kept pushing him to make more and more and more because the games were so popular. And so good on him that he got to go out and like do something different. Demon Souls. That's a good game. We'll give it an S. I'm just going to start dumping games in here. Destruction Derby. Who made this list? Detroit Become Human's a very good game. We'll give that an S. Like Everybody's Golf VR? Wait, that's not like when I think of PlayStation games, I don't think of Everybody's Golf. But maybe that's a big PlayStation game. Fat Princess. I kind of remember that game. Farpoint. Here we go. Final Fantasy X or 10. Honestly, I really like this game a lot. This was probably the last Final Fantasy game I played, I'm gonna be honest with you. Really good. I mean, it's typical Final Fantasy stuff, so I'm gonna go an S. Let's see what else we got here. Final Fantasy. Oh, that's the online one. I did not like that. I'm gonna give that a C. Final Fantasy 7. That's definitely like a GOAT game. Final Fantasy 7 is probably. I know everyone will say this, but it's probably the best Final Fantasy game that anyone can play. Honestly, an 8 would be second best, which is right here. Final Fantasy 8 is an incredible game as well. Completely different, but Final Fantasy, I'm going to give 8 because I can't put it next to 7 because 7's really superior to 8, but 8 was still a very fun game and I enjoyed it. Let's see here. Final Fantasy 9. I don't remember this one that much. I'll give it a B. Firewall, Ghosts of Tsushima. I've never played this, so I can't rate it, but I know it's a GOAT game. God of War is obviously one of PlayStation's best game franchises, so that's going to easily go up there into S+. God of War 2. I'm just going to put all the God of Wars up there because they're all really good games. I don't even want to. Like I said, I'm not doing sequels here. We will jump when they rebooted it. I will definitely throw that up there with the S tier games. But when they rebooted God of War and just literally named it the same game, God of War, and released it on PS4, amazing game as well. Gran Turismo. See, a lot of these are sequels. I'm just going to go with the original, just to kind of like the series. Gran Turismo is a fun game, but like, I mean, I never got into racing games, so I can't judge them. It's like hyper realistic. I think the racing games that I had fun with were more like Mario Kart and unrealistic racing games, whereas like hyper realistic, this is like Flight Simulator but driving. And I'm each to their own. I'm not a racing game guy, but I know it's an A tier series, so I'm gonna give it an A. Regardless, I'm just not a racing guy. I understand like Forza, all that stuff. People love it. I don't really find it fun. Let's see here. Unless it's got like a little little twang to it. Something like make racing fun, you know, like driving a car. Like racing's fun, but like you got to add something to it, like Twisted Metal did, you know. We'll jump ahead here. Heavy Rain. I vaguely remember this game. I'm gonna give it an A. Horizon. Horizon series is very good. It's definitely S tier. What else do we have here? Hot Shots Golf. I don't remember that. Ico. Damn, that's an old game. I had a lot of fun with that game, though. Damn, I completely forgot about Ico. That was a fun game. Look at that NAS. Very interesting game. We'll jump ahead here. Let's see. Here we go. Jak and Daxter. That's a really fun game. I mean, there's like, I don't know what you would call games like Crash Bandicoot, Jak and Daxter, all that stuff. But it's Jak and Daxter is very fun. I think it's a very good game. And I don't play games like that anymore now per se, but back in the day when you're younger, especially like elementary school and stuff, like you have fun with games like that. What's next? I'm not gonna go through all these Jak and Daxter games. Kingdom Hearts. Basically, Disney and Final Fantasy had a baby. It's a fun game. I'm gonna rate it. Yeah, I'll give it an S. It's a great game. It's a great story. When I first heard it came out, I thought it was gonna be stupid, and then someone convinced me to play it, and it's actually really fun. And not really much else to say about it. It's a very fun series, very fun game. Killzone is an extremely good game. I had lots of fun with the game. I wouldn't say it's like incredible. I can see why they stopped making Killzone games, but it was kind of back in the day, kind of cool. And I'm a gun guy, and I just love like the futuristic looking guns in it, and like the evil Helghast and stuff like that. So, but I can definitely see why they like. You can look through them. They got Killzone 2, 3, Liberation, then Shadowfall. I think that's when Killzone they were like, I don't know, they just didn't do well with Killzone after a while. Not like Call of Duty or something where they're kind of like say what you will about Call of Duty, but they do a really good job of like trying to keep things fresh. And I know everyone rips on Call of Duty, but I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I have bought every Call of Duty game since Call of Duty 3. Like every Call of Duty game that's released, I've bought it on the release day. Like every single one. And I know that's like stupid and people are like, "Oh, you're buying." That's the one game that I will buy every year because I know it's going to have a decent campaign and I know it's going to have fun multiplayer. And to me, it's worth it. So I honestly, Call of Duty is great. And now that I have Xbox Game Pass, now that Microsoft owns whatever, you can just get them for free now with Game Pass. You don't have to pay for them anymore. But Call of Duty is an incredible game. I know we're getting off subject here. Call of Duty had like PlayStation didn't have rights to Call of Duty, but they had like the special whatever. They got a little deal with them until Microsoft bought out Activision Blizzard. Let's see here. Oh, Clone. If I pronounce any of these games wrong, please tell me in the comments because I'm not very good at like I can read something but I don't say it right. So Klonoa, is that how you say that? Okay, so anyway, Klonoa is a good game. I'll get an A. We're moving on here, trying to go fast. Knack. Oh my gosh, I remember that game. That was a really fun game. We'll get that an A. Let's see here. Layer never played. Little Big Planet. You guys remember that game? That was like the big game on PlayStation 3. Not a fun game. Not my style of game, but I'm gonna give it a B. Because in fact I'm gonna give Death Stranding like a B as well. I just not my game. I mean I don't like it. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of boring. So anyway, going back to Little Big Planet. Fun game. Not my type of game. So I can't really judge it that much. Did I play it on PS3? Yes. I mean, I didn't get that much into it, so not my thing. Oh, this is a really fun game. Medieval or Medieval. That's like old. I remember playing that when I was like young, when I had a PlayStation Slim. I think that's what it was called, the tiny PlayStation 1. They called it like the PlayStation Slim. And then they think they called this the PS2 Slim as well. That's definitely an S Plus game just because it brings back memories. Uh, just like a fun. I don't know what you call those games, like Crash Bandicoot and Donkey Kong and games like that. Like I don't know what that genre was called, but it's fun. Like action adventure. It's fun and I love it. Let's see here. I'm just gonna skip. I'm gonna stop putting in Okage, the Shadow King. It's actually a fun game. I'll give that an A. Let's see. What else do we got? Ooh, Pa Rappa the Rappa. I played this game like once. Fun game. It's basically like a music dance game. Like, like sequence of numbers, similar to Rock Band or Guitar Hero or something like that. Fun game, though. I'll give it an A, because it's also a classic. When I think of, like, classic PlayStation games. Oh, PlayStations did their own, like, Super Smash Bros. Oh, that looks bad. I'm sure it was fun, but... PlayStation Move Heroes, they did another one? They need to stop making games like that. Oh, let's see what we got. Ratchet and Clank. That's another one of PlayStation's big action adventure titles. Fun as well. Similar. I mean, I like Jak and Daxter a little bit better, but Ratchet and Clank is fun. They're both good games. What else do we got? Wow, that was a lot of Ratchet and Clank games. Jesus. There's like 1, 2, 3. Wow, there's like 10 or 12 Ratchet and Clank games on here. Resistance: Fall of Man. Very good game. I'll give that an A. Oh, Jesus. Here we go. Now we're getting into my corner of games right here. Right here. Shadow of the Colossus. That's an S tier game. Easily. I'm going to give it an S plus. That was a really fun game. Very beautiful game. Very beautifully done. Oh, man. I remember playing that game all the time. It's so much fun. Like, you're climbing these giant monsters. Very fun. All right. And Silent Hill. I didn't say anything. That's going to go S plus. So does Silent Hill 2. Silent Hill 3 is not on here. I don't know who made this list, but whatever. All Silent Hill always goes to S plus because Silent Hill was my first horror game. Not my first PlayStation game. So it was my first horror game. So, and I did play it on the PlayStation 1. And I didn't know what it was about. I found it at, like a pawn shop or something. A copy of it when I was a little kid. Very fun game. Jumping on here. Where were we? Sly Cooper. Another action-adventure title. PlayStation has a lot of these action-adventure titles. They don't really anymore, though, but Sly Cooper is definitely an S-tier game. Okay, what do we got here? Going down. Oh my gosh, there's a lot. Spider-Man. That's going to be... I'm going to give it an S. That's not an S+, but it's a fun game. Okay. Sport Champion. Spyro the Dragon. Another one. That's like... Wow. We'll give Spyro, I don't know, an S. Jeez, they have Crash Bandicoot, Spyro, Sly Cooper, Jak and Daxter, and Ratchet and Clank. They have a lot of action. Those little, like, I don't want to say kiddie, but like, those action adventure games aimed towards like, I don't know, furries or whoever else would play those. I mean, I played them, but I'm not a furry. But anyway, there's nothing wrong with furries either, guys. Like, don't judge people. Let's see here. Siphon Filter. That was a very fun game. Kind of remind me of because like funnily enough, I had a Nintendo 64 before a PlayStation, the original PlayStation. I bought the Nintendo 64 first, or my parents bought it for me. I'm gonna give Siphon Filter an S because that was a very fun game as well. I love like action. Like I don't know, it's like great value. Metal Gear Solid. It actually reminds me of a game from Mission Impossible from my Nintendo 64 days. Fun game. Last of Us easily has to be S plus. I love that game. Very fun game. Very beautiful story. I mean, when I say beautiful story, I mean like it's just very human. You know, the story is very theatrical and it's not like a typical game. Someone took time into writing it and making like a very good story. And Last of Us, and both of them are just so good. And I wish they'd make a third one, but I don't think they're going to. Let's see here. Twisted Metal. That's going to get an S plus because that's better than Gran Turismo. I'd rather play Twisted Metal. Very fun. Let's see here. Uncharted Drake's Fortune. Uncharted is definitely another S plus game. Like, I don't know what it is, but like there's a handful of PlayStation games that are just written so well. Like the dialogue, everything is just it's done so well. Whether it be the God of War reboot, Drake's, Last of Us, like it's such great dialogue and like such a good game. Like they took time into writing the script. But yeah, the Uncharted games are very fun. Until Dawn. Ugh. Okay, so if you don't know, there's a bunch of like who makes these Supermassive? I forgot who makes these like movie games. It's not really a video game. It's kind of like you're playing at events. I don't know. It's like you're playing at a movie. It's not really a video game. I mean, you can move around and stuff, but Till Dawn's one of those games. And I think they just remastered it. I'm going to be honest with you. I was not a huge fan of Until Dawn or any of their other games that came out. If you want to take like 8 hours and like play an interactive movie, that's what Until Dawn is. I'm going to give it a B. Like, I don't think that's fun, especially if you're paying like, I don't know how much Until Dawn was when it came out, but if it was like $60, that's a ripoff because it's literally like 8 hours of like cutscenes and just walking around a little bit. Like there's really no gameplay involved. It's more of making decisions and I don't know. I don't want to go too much into it. Like it's scary and fun, but you're better off just going to YouTube and being like, oh, Until Dawn, you know, like 60 frame per second gameplay and just watch it. No commentary, you know, and just watch it. Like it's like boring. I think games like that are very boring. And I get it, like they're kind of their thing, but I don't know. I'd rather play a real horror game than that. It's not even a game to me. It's not. Wild Arms is a very fun game. I'm gonna give that an S plus. Like a lot of these are triggering like memories that I had back when I owned a PlayStation 1. I didn't own the original, like the big blocky one. I believe it was called the PS Slim. I can't remember. I'll have to look it up. But it was like the really thin PlayStation 1. And it was like rounded looking. Let's see here. I think that's it. Oh, Wipeout. Wipeout's a really fun game. Where's Wipeout? Damn, Wipeout. That's bringing some memories back too. I'll give that an S. So that's pretty much it. This isn't like a giant list. I think they covered all the games that are PlayStation. Because like you can't really put Metal. Well, no, they didn't put Metal Gear Solid in it. That would have been definitely an S plus. But they got most of them. But you can see here my S plus ranking is going to be Bloodborne, Final Fantasy, God of War, Detroit, Medieval or Medieval, however you want to pronounce that, Shadow of the Colossus, Silent Hill series, Last of Us franchise, Twisted Metal, Uncharted Drake's Fortune, Wild Arms, Kingdom Hearts, Horizon, God of War. So that's going to be my S+. I'm not going to go through every single one of them because I don't want to bore the hell out of you guys. I've probably been like... Yeah, this video is long enough already, but... So anyway, happy birthday, happy 30th. 30 years of PlayStation. Yippee. Xbox came out 2000, 2001, 2002, so 2001, so Xbox should be coming up here in a few years. Then I'll do an Xbox one for you guys. Or maybe I'll just do an Xbox one. You know? That's next video, though. But yeah, tell me, you guys, what's your favorite PlayStation exclusive game that you guys love, that of all time, that you just love the most? And thank you for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Sorry I haven't posted in a while. I've been, like, as you can see, this is my new office. We just got a house in California, and I have nothing in it, so I'm trying to build it up so we can make this look better. But thank you so much for watching, guys. Please subscribe for more video game content and Let's Play videos and stuff like that. Take care. Have a good night.